wealthiest, the most famous, the most renouncing. So this 6 opulences I can consider to be the opulence of Krishna, which, because he has them full, therefore he is known as Bhagavan. He possesses those opulences. So now the word Bhagavan is there, and then the Krishna. Krishna means all attractive, all. Remember the word all. All attractive means he is 100% attractive personality. Why? Because he possesses these opulences. He is powerful, he is the wealthiest, he is the most beautiful as well. Beauty is another opulence. When someone has got beauty, he becomes very attractive, or the lady becomes very attractive, right? Nobody is more beautiful than Krishna. That's why some people think, oh, is your God a female? He looks like a girl because he's so beautiful. One Ethiopian family who came for our Radha Giridhari, they asked me, they came close and they saw Krishna. He said, is he a girl? He looks too beautiful. Because Krishna is beautiful. The beauty of a lady has come from Krishna. Because Krishna is the most beautiful personality in the whole universe. That's another opulence. Yeah? So that way, Krishna means all attractive. When you have all these opulences, you become a very attractive person. Isn't it? When someone is knowledgeable, you are attracted to him. You want to listen from him. Is that right? When someone is beautiful or handsome, he becomes attractive. When someone is famous, he becomes very attractive. With all these pop singers and everything, the girls and the boys, they go crazy for them. They don't even know them. They never even met them. Just because they're famous, they become very attractive. So that's why the word Krishna is very unique. Nobody can claim that name except God, because Krishna is all attractive, because he has all these opulences in full. Can we own both the material and the spiritual world? No, we cannot. Only Krishna can. Therefore, this name is reserved for the word Krishna, yeah? Most attractive personality. Yeah? So that way, we can understand, why we call Krishna Krishna, why we call Bhagavan Bhagavan. Some of the reasons. So we can sing a little bit the Jaya Radha Madhava song.
Krishna Krishna
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya 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 Radha Giridhari Jaya Jaya Radha Govinda Jaya Jaya Bhagavad Gita, there is a word Krishna is using, that whenever we glorify Him, He wants us to glorify Him with happiness. That's exactly what was happening. I can feel the energy from all of you. This is what pleases Krishna, you know. The singing, the kirtan is actually not done for our pleasure, it's for the pleasure of Krishna. We dance for the pleasure of Krishna. We sing for the pleasure of Krishna. So when we sing with happiness, when we're elated, then he becomes very happy as well. Just like a father. If a child is singing in a miserable way, you know, the father will feel sad. But the child is very happy, jubilant, and singing loud, then the father will be happy. Same principle applies with Bhagavan as well. So it's nice that all of you participate in the singing in such a warm and very nice, with a good spirit. Yeah, that's done properly. I want to say a few words about the importance of the Maha Mantra. There's so many mantras, right? Mantra means a prayer that delivers the mind from material conception of life. Mantra. So among all the mantras, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is considered to be, Maha means the greatest. Why is it the greatest? Because Shri Krishna has given the Maha Mantra as the Kali Yuga Dharma. There's different kind of Dharma that need to be practiced in every Yuga. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and also Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga is considered to be the degraded age, the most simple among all the different ages. Kali Yuga is a time of quarrel and hypocrisy. That's why you see so many war all over the world, isn't it? For a small thing, people are fighting, nations are fighting, families are fighting, neighbors are fighting all the time. Yeah, that's why this age is known as Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means age of quarrel. Yeah. So because of that, Shri Krishna recognized how vulnerable we are. We're not devoted, we're not like the yogis in Satya Yuga who can sit down and meditate for a long time. We can hardly sit down for a couple of hours listening Bhagavad Puran. So we're restless in Kali Yuga. So he's given this Kali Yuga Dharma for us to be able to connect ourselves with him. Because the chanting of Krishna Nam is enjoyable, but it's easy for us to perform. Can any of us go to Himalaya and meditate like the yogis for days and months and years? In one place sitting down in a cave? We can't even do it for a couple of days. The yogis can do it for many, many years. Yeah. So in Kali Yuga we're very restless because of the gunas, the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness. These things are affecting our mind. So Krishna has made it very easy. So he's invested all his power and energy in this Maha Mantra. That's why Vaishnavas all over the world are always fond of singing the Maha Mantra, the chanting of Krishna Nam. It was also introduced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When you come to Addis Ababa, to our mandir, you will see Gauranga and Nityananda. Yeah? These are the expansions of Lord Krishna, who specifically came to give us the Kali Yuga Dharma. Just like the Dharma in the Dvapara Yuga used to be a method of worship. The kind of worship they used to have for Radha Krishna is very elaborate, very detailed. You know, they use gold for everything, all the utensils is made of gold. Can we do that? We can't do that in Kali Yuga. We can't afford it. Even to get one necklace is so expensive. Whereas in Dvapara Yuga, everything is made of gold, surplus. So the worship was opulent. So that was the recommended practice in those days. Before that, in Treta Yuga was the yagya. They used to do elaborate yagyas. Can you imagine? They can sacrifice a horse for the yagya, and they can give the same horse the life back again. That's how powerful the Brahmanas used to be. They were pure, and they used to know the Vedic mantras properly, and they used to perform these yagyas in such a complex way. We cannot do it in Kali Yuga anymore. We don't have those kind of Brahmins. You know, we used to have Brahmins. Nowadays we have them in South India as well. They can recite 18,000 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam just by heart. They know it. I think there are a few left in South India. You know, 18,000 shlokas. Can you imagine knowing that by heart? I can't even remember what I ate yesterday, let alone remember anything. Yeah? It's very difficult for us to remember anything. Yeah? I was asking a question the other day. Can anyone remember what you ate last week on Wednesday, lunchtime? Do you remember that? You only ate it last week, you don't remember? This is how bad our memory is. We're so dependent on calculators, iPads, computers, and everything. So the ability to remember is gone. That's why Srila Vyasadeva compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata. All these things are compiled for us because we're forgetful. At least we can refer to it now. And everything is written. So that's one of the reasons why in Kali Yuga this Mahamantra is given to us by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is recommended that we all chant regularly. We can congregate like this and we can sing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Still not aware. Is there anything? Question? Question? Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, since so many days, more than a month,
Louder.
more than a month, the mic.
I don't know, I was very energetic. I'm just giving an example. I'll explain to you why I'm giving you this story. So I went Mangalati, I attended, and then in the morning there was a Bhagavatam. What was talking about? All living entities have a life, but we don't have a right to take their life away. And the purport says, even a mice. I was shocked. Oh my God. This happened yesterday, and now this is the Bhagavatam is talking to me. Even the mice, we have to keep ourselves clean or whatever. We don't have a right to kill them because they are Krishna's living entities somehow or other. And all kind of things were going through my mind. Because I was thinking, oh my God, maybe this mice has taken birth as a mice and Krishna is allowing him to have prasad to liberate it. Anything can happen. We don't know what karma, past karma. Yeah? So what's happening is that sometimes Krishna can take all our karma in one go. I was practicing bhakti. I may ask Krishna, why did you do this to me, Krishna? I'm your devotee. But actually he's doing me a favor. He's actually purifying me. I don't know what kind of collective karma I have from my past life. But for a devotee, any kind of inconvenience we go through, any kind of pain we go through, it's always good. In Ethiopia they say, levagono. Who knows this word? Levagono. Levagono means there's always a good reason behind bad things happening to us. Yeah? Because ultimately Krishna is about. He knows. He knows what's good for us. So someone who's practicing bhakti, anything bad that comes to you, that's actually good. Because Krishna is purifying us, is taking our sin away from us, but at the same time he's bringing us closer to him. Closer to him. So we must never question Krishna why he's doing it to us. Some people say, oh, this baby, what has he done? God has created him as a handicap. Some children are born like a handicap. Yeah? Do you think it's the fault of Krishna? Do you think because Krishna didn't know how to have a baby without handicap nature? No. There is karma. There's some kind of karma. There's some kind of purification. Actually, the soul, by going through that handicapped life, is also getting purified. We don't understand, we don't know, but it's actually getting purified. So this karma is a very simple subject. Very simple subject. But the only way for us to purify ourselves from any kind of sinful activity is practicing bhakti regularly. One of the most powerful is Sankirtan. The second one is Japamala. I recommend to all of you that you can do the Japamala every single day. Yeah. Somehow or other, travel Raj to give you mala. If I go to India, I promise you, I'm going to bring hundreds and hundreds of malas and I'm going to distribute it to all of you. Everybody should have. This is your life and soul. This is your key to Vaikuntha. This is your key to Golgotha. And it's recommended by Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kali-yuga, simply by chanting together, by chanting Japamala, every day you are purifying yourself. Yeah? You will start shining. Just like this bulb, if there is a kitchen and if there is a smoke, the bulb gets covered with the smoke. Eventually the light diminishes, right? It gets darker and darker. So if you want to make it brighter, what do? Stuff. You clean it. Yeah? When you clean it, what will happen? It becomes bright again. The Atma is like that. We have this collective karma, we have this sin that we've been performing in our past life. So the soul is contaminated. The soul is too dark. Nothing can clean it. You cannot take a medicine to purify yourself from a sin. There's no such a thing as a medicine. The only medicine is bhakti, spiritual practice. Shravanam Kirtanam. Most powerful are Shravanam Kirtanam, recommended by Prahlad Maharaj. You know Shravanam Kirtanam. Shravanam is listening. You're doing it now. You just by listening Krishna katha, your soul is getting purified every second. Shravanam Kirtanam. I'm doing it. Kirtana means to speak, to glorify. When you do Japamala, that's Kirtanam. Hare Krishna, that's Kirtanam. And Smaranam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Smaranam means to remember Krishna. So always remember Krishna. Even that remembering is purifying to the soul. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Archanam. Archanam is worship. You do your puja every day. That daily puja is purifying yourself. When someone is doing arti, just standing and looking at the Lord, the form of the Lord, is also very purifying as well. Yeah? Shravanam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So normally we start from the middle beat, which is representing Krishna, and the Japamala has 108 beats, which is representing the gopis. Krishna has unlimited gopis, but among all the gopis, 108 are considered to be very special. Among the 108, the 8 are considered to be very special, like Lalita, Vishaka, Champaklata, Sudevi, Angavidya. All these gopis are considered to be very special. So the first 8 represent Astasakis. When you go to Vrindavan, you will see the Astasaki Mandir. They're very special. So we start from Krishna, and then we hold the first beat, the small beat, and we chant the whole mantra. And then we move to the next one. So it takes about 5 minutes. Perhaps we can do it all together. I want you to get used to it, because this is the most important part of our Bhakti Yoga. Chanting Krishna names. Yeah? So we can start. Hare 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Jai! So you completed one whole round. Very good, you got Mala as well, which is very nice. So you've done one of the most most important activity of the day. Well done. Chant Krishna Nam. So if you can frequently chant after you bathe, first thing in the morning, you will have a very auspicious start. I was in Jaipur with my family once, and I had to go to a place called Karoli. Karoli is maybe a couple of hours away from Jaipur. This is a place where Radha Madan Mohan temple is based. So Vajranath, the great grandson of Krishna, he wanted to re-establish the original deities, murtis of Vrindavan. Yeah? So there were 6 deities: Radha Damodar, Radha Gopinath, Radha Govinda, Radha Madan Mohan, Srinathji, you know Nathdwar, you have Srinathji. Yeah, he used to be Gopal deity in Vrindavan hundreds of years ago. But now he is known as Srinathji, is located in Udaipur. So during the Aurangzeb time, Muslims were destroying many temples. So for safekeeping, the pujaris decided to take them away from Vrindavan, the original deities. Jaipur Singh, the king of Jaipur at that time, he's a great Vaishnava, he decided to take all the deities in Jaipur. And because of that, the original is for them. They moved. So I recommend it, when you go to Jaipur, have a darshan of these beautiful deities of Vrindavan, original. So the Jaipur Singh daughter, she took Madan Mohan, one of them took Karoli, because her base was in Karoli. So they have a beautiful marble temple, Madan Mohan temple in Karoli, away from Jaipur. So I went there for darshan, and I went for Mangal Arati, 4 o'clock in the morning, When I went for Mangal Arati, which is 4:30, the temple is packed with people, because Mangal Arati is popular. So it was packed. The Arati went on for half an hour, till 5 o'clock, and the moment the Arati finishes, everybody disperses. And they open their business at that time, 6 o'clock in the morning. So nobody opens a business in Karoli until they have darshan or Radha Madan Mohan. What a beautiful culture. Beautiful culture. So the first thing is to have darshan of the Lord, to attend the Arati. If you can't do that, do Japamala. That's as good. Can you imagine Yudhishthira Maharaj perform Rajasuya? So most Kshatriyas, they used to do this kind of yajna to be elevated to a higher planetary system. Yeah? But the Mahamantra that we just chant is actually more powerful than any of the yajnas put together. Yeah? Krishna has invested his power and energy in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore it's very purifying. I recommend every day make an effort to chant. Thank you. What time is Arati? We do the Arati? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll perform the Arati very soon, in a few minutes. And then we can have some bhajan going in the background. During Arati we'll all stand up and we meditate on Krishna. So the idea with Arati is, when you stand in front of Krishna for Arati, you squeeze all your problems, all your material worries behind. Even if you have a business, worries, if you're going to go bankrupt, don't worry about it. Don't worry, leave it behind. Yeah? So just like a sponge, when the sponge is full of water, if you put water on the sponge, it will not absorb, right? If you want the sponge to absorb the water, what do? Squeeze it. When you squeeze it, when you pour water, then the sponge will absorb. Our mind is like that. If you fill your mind with all kind of worries, your business, family, social, politics, or whatever, you won't be able to meditate on Krishna. So before you do the Arati, you squeeze your mind. Tell them, okay, bankruptcy, wait outside. Let me do a meditation on Krishna. That way you can absorb the Arati and the meditation and everything. Yeah? So that's how you perform. Just simply by standing and watching Krishna doing Arati, so much purification is going on. The sin that we've done in this life, the sin we've done in our past life, everything is getting purified. Before you know it, materially and spiritually, there will be a reward. The biggest thing is that any bhakti that you do, even once in your lifetime, even if you attend Arati once in your lifetime, Krishna is saying, Bhagavita Swabha Apasa Bhavasya. He is saying, any small bhakti that you do will save you from the greatest type of fear. You know what the greatest type of fear is? Is it car accident? No. Is it going bankrupt? No. The greatest type of fear is, now we have Manushya Janma, When we die, if we become a donkey, that's dangerous. When we die, if we become a dog, that's dangerous. When we die, if we go to Narak, that's dangerous. So Krishna is saying, when you do any bhakti, I will save you from that most dangerous fear, which means going lower from Manusha Janma, becoming animal, that's being lower. Guaranteed, anyone, now you've chanted Hare Krishna, right? I can guarantee you, we will never become a dog or a monkey. Guaranteed. I can guarantee you, you will never
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
You are standing and perform, watching the arti. Therefore, no, you cannot go to Narak. At least make him a human again. Give him a chance. And he will make you born in a Bhakta family. And that way you can continue with Bhakta. This is how kind Krishna is. He's not asking too much. He's asking very little. But then he gives so much. Like Sudama. What did Sudama get for Krishna when he went to Dwarka? Chip rice. Not chip rice, because his wife told him, you're going to your friend Krishna Bhagavan and Dwarka. Take him something. But we are poor. What can we take him? He's rich. He's got 16,000 passes in Dwarka. So she had some chip rice. She tied it in his dhoti and said, at least give him something. When Krishna saw Sudama, he said, Sudama, you brought something for me, give it to me. You brought this. Oh, we have chip rice. Oh, give it to me. So he was eating the chip rice one by one. means sponsor. Because for every rice, he was getting gold, material wealth, basically he had a palace. By the time he go back, his wife was dressed like a queen. They had so much wealth. So what happens is when we take one step to Krishna, Krishna takes 10 steps forward because he's very kind and he loves us. So let's all perform Bhakti.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Oh, glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga.